Good morning, everyone. In today's session, we are going to see a poem, The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. Before we move on to the poem, I would like to give a brief intro about the poet. The Road Not Taken is a poem written by Robert Frost, an American poet born on 26th March 1874 in San Francisco in USA. He was interested in reading, writing poetry during his high school years. Frost drifted a string of occupation after leaving school, working as a teacher, cobbler, and editor. His first published poem, My Butterfly, appeared on 8 November 1894 in the New York newspaper. Frost was influenced by the British poets. Ezra Pound, a British poet, helped him to promote and publish his work. Frost is the only poet to receive 4 Pulitzer Prize for poetry. He died in Boston in USA on 29 January 1963. Frost was named as Poet Laureate of Vermont. Vermont is a place in USA. Now coming to the intro of the poem. The road not taken. Not, which means the path not taken or not walked over that path. In this poem, the poet talks about the struggles while making the choice or decisions that we face in our lives. There are 2 paths or roads. Paths or roads are the career options in our life we need to choose. To follow the one on which everyone walks and the other that is opposite of the crowd. Poet in the poem has to decide whether to follow the crowd or to take other road and make his own path in life. He refuses to do ordinary things just because everyone else does it. So the poet wants to convey the message that our future depends on our present. The career option we choose today determines what we become tomorrow. We must be careful as we do not get the chance to go back to the option once left. So we need to be wise in making choices in our lives. Now we are going to read the poem, and today I am going to explain only the 2 stanza. So let us read the poem. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no steep had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Now let us see the first stanza. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. Diverged, go separate ways or different direction. Yellow wood is the forest full of yellow colored leaves which is seen in autumn season. And sorry I could not travel both. And be on traveller long I stood. Traveller, a person who travel. And looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent, curved in the undergrowth. Undergrowth is the dense growth of trees. So first the poet is giving in the stanza the description of the forest. He says that the forest is full of yellow colored leaves which is seen in autumn season, and there was two roads which are diverged, separated, and he feels sorry. Why he feels sorry? Because he cannot travel both the roads, and any one path he has to choose to travel. Since he was one traveler, he was one person, and he had to travel on any one of the road. So he waited for a long time, thinking, which path do I need to travel? Then he looked down and saw one path far as he could see, and on that way or path there was curve on that way, and lot of dense growth of trees were because of which he could not see, and he could not see the further things. Then we see that the poet is standing, and why he is standing, why he is so confused, why he is seeing the road from far, because he is not able to decide on which way he should walk. He is deciding that in this two path or way, which is the best one or better way to choose. For this reason, he is standing for a long time and taking time and deciding which path I need to go. This is what the poet is trying to explain in the first stanza. Now we are going to see the literary device of this stanza. In literary device, we see the first thing is rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme means the last word in the sentence which gives a musical effect. So, if we see the entire poem, the rhyme scheme of the entire poem is AB, AAB. That I'm going to explain it now. What does it mean? It means that line 1, 3 and 4 has one sound repeated, and line 2 and 5 other sound is repeated. So now in line 1 would, line 3 stood, and line 4 could words are having same sound. But line 2 and line 5 both and growth are having the same sound. So the rhyme scheme of this stanza is AB, AAB. Next is metaphor. Metaphor means that when two things are there, and among the two things any one thing's quality we compare, that is called the metaphor. Now here metaphor is used in roads, and through roads the poet wants to convey the option to us. He is trying to say that in life there are more than one option that come in our life. So road have been compared to the options in our life. There is one more literary devices, that is anaphora. Anaphora is in this we see that we begun a sentence with the same word. So there the line 2, 3 and 4 begun with the same word. So this is the meaning of anaphora. Next is symbolism. Two roads is a symbol which repeats two or more choices in our life. Now let us see the second stanza. Then took the other just as fair as good as the other one, and having perhaps the better claim. Better claim is a better option or the better demand or the demand, because it was grassy, full of grass, unused, and wanted where not had been used, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. So we see that the poet takes his decision after waiting for a long time. He checks which path is better for him. Just as fair, he felt that both the paths were equally good, so he started walking on one of them, but having perhaps the better claim. Here we see that the poet is telling that the path which he chooses to walk is better. So he started walking. Why is telling it's better for him? Because this path was grassy, unused. Not many people had walked on it earlier, and wanted where the path on which there was lot of grass grown, not many people walked over that path before. Then we see that after going ahead, he realizes that both the paths had been worn out the same way. First, when he started walking, it was grassy, but after he walked ahead, he realized that it was also worn out. That means it was used by people. Now let us relate the stanza to our life and see. In our life also there might be more than two choices or more than two options, and out of that if we choose one, although it might be same, if we take any one path or any option or decision, if we take in life, that doesn't mean there will be no challenges or problem, but we have to face, there will be challenges, there will be problems in our life, we have to face, we can't run from it. Even if we take better option, that doesn't mean everything is good and will work smoothly. We have to face challenges, we have to face hurdles in life to move ahead. This is what the poet is trying to explain in the second stanza. Now we are going to see the literary grammar part. In this also we see the rhyme scheme A B A A B. In the first line, the word fair. The third line, the word where, and the fourth line, the word there has the same sound. And then in the second line, the word claim, and the fifth line, the word same has the same sound. So the rhyme scheme, of the second stanza is A B A A B. Then second we see alliteration. It is a repetition of the consonant sound. Here we see in the third line that the sound were is repeated. Wanted, were. Then the fourth line we see the word the sound the is repeated. Thou, that, the, there. So there is the sound that is repeated. So it is an alliteration. So today we saw the first and the second stanza of the poem, and the next third and fourth stanza we'll be seeing in the next class. So whatever meanings we had discussed while studying the poem, I would like you all to note it down, and along with that I'll giving you few questions, so please note it down. First question: how many roads were there before the speaker? Where did the road diverge? Could he travel on both? Where did it bend in? This is from the first stanza. So questions from the second stanza. What does the fair refers to? What does the phrase wanted where means? What claim did the other road have? What do two roads symbolize? So these are the questions. So find out the answers and be ready in the next class.